Look, it's a little cat. We do not have time for those little cats. We need to get going. It is 9:36 in the morning. Train comes at 9:58. Yeah. So we've got just over 20 minutes to head down to the train station, which is perfectly acceptable amount of time. If you notice, I have the good old toolkit that I used to carry around back a lot in the fall. Last fall, that is, of course. Because, well, contains all the shit I need to get. Fuck, I forgot one thing, damn it. I don't care. It's not worth it for a joke. Oh well. But yeah, I have all that shit today. Because that set, did I mention the set is today? Yeah, it's today. That was the ultimate decision. I might have said Friday before, but we actually had to move it to today because today worked better, just to also give them more time to edit. Yeah, so we flipped positions, and it is what it is. It'll be what it is. But good morning, if I haven't said it already. Welcome to day 663. Yeah, it's October 13th. Not a Friday, unfortunately. It is a Wednesday. No, it's a Thursday. We're one day off. Almost. It is a Thursday, right? Yeah, it's a Thursday. Okay. Anyway, yeah, so today is going to be not your typical Thursday, just because we have that set. So it's actually going to be this day that's usually very short. It's going to be fairly long, because I have to get down there at 11 for a pickup. If I said 10, it's 11. I keep saying 10 because that's what time the train comes. That's an old car behind me. Can you guys see that? I hope so. But, yeah, so there's a pickup at 11. Train comes at 2 minutes before 10, 9:58. And, yeah, so that'll get me there hopefully on time for that. Do the pickup. As I mentioned, I'm gaffing. I'm in charge. I had to go do an equipment order rental yesterday. So, yeah, this is all in my name. So I need to be there for both the pickup and return. So, what are you going to do? It's in my name. I need to do it. And, yeah, so that's what's happening. We're doing production workshop. Because we got to go film that thing basically today. Because there was 2 back-to-back. As you might have noticed yesterday, there was no production workshop class. It is simply, well, it was simply that meeting, actually. And booking the equipment. So yesterday wound up being the actual light as fuck day. But, yeah, that's just where we are today. So that's gonna be a busy Thursday. Don't expect much today. We are simply going to be doing Thursday things. Just because we can. And we have to. That's about it, honestly. I'm kind of tired, to be honest. I couldn't fall asleep for a while last night. It just didn't work. So, but yeah, here we are now. I'm heading to the train station. Should actually probably get an allergy pill before I left, apparently. Because that's just what we're doing right now. I am feeling rather stuffed up, apparently. But I'm going to cut this a little bit now and just go place.
Okay. Not close up. Scene 1, take 1. Soft sticks. Mark?
We pulled gear. I'm glad I got that on camera.
I could not resist. Like, the dream was there, and I was here, and it was just, I needed to.
It's kind of funny you hurt yourself doing kind of funny. Well,
Glad I recorded that.
yeah.
But yeah, this is all of my G&E gear. So we have pulled it all. The other departments are still working.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in the department, so I can really check. I
Yeah.
was here to help you with the lights, but I couldn't even do that because I had to worry about something else.
That was a much more gentle points.
We're still rolling.
Okay. Action faucet. Action.
Who's there?
And then that's like, you know.
And here we see Kevin documenting everything as soon as Tom's playing. So we're going to document Kevin documenting everything. We can use it for the vlog because it's funny that way. Well, we have arrived back in the vehicle of doom because it is time for us to take off once again to head over to place called home. So let us do that. But one thing on a slightly more serious note that I have to cover is that my grandma actually had surgery to, I believe, replace her pacemaker. And that would be the one who's been on the vlog, because I'm actually not certain that I've ever shown my other grandmother, my mom's mom, because I actually don't think I've seen her since I started this vlog at all. You know what? No, I guess I have. I think she was she at Family Christmas when we did Family Christmas? I'm not certain. But anyway, my dad's grandma, the one who's actually been on fairly recently, yeah, she is actually at my house because she just had her pacemaker replaced, I do believe, so that's a surgery. She's recovering from that. So she'll be there probably, I think, today and tomorrow. So I'm on my way home now, and we're gonna get to go see her. Other than that, it's still a lovely night outside. This truck is going to block everything, as per always. But we're gonna continue on and ignore it like it was nothing. Yeah, so that set today was interesting. Because I don't know if I ever covered the gimmick of the set. I mean, I obviously said that I was gaffing, but the gimmick of that set was that we all took on jobs that we hadn't done before or weren't good at or whatever, which is why lighting is definitely my weakest link. So I gaffed. I lit the set. And I mean, we all helped each other. But yeah, so I did gaff that. It was interesting, and it reminded me how much I dislike lighting. But whatever, I am not a lighting guy. I am definitely a sound guy and would like to stick with sound professionally. But it was nice to be able to remind myself. I mean, the nice thing about lighting, though, is that one thing that sound doesn't have, it's like weirdly the opposite of sound. Because with sound, you know, I don't really do much until we press record. Like, I'm pretty much stationary and I'm maybe getting a few things set up, but and then once the take goes, I'm very, very active. However, lighting is actually pretty much the opposite of that, because it's just like that I am actually active for most of the time before we get started. And then after we get started, it's actually more laid back. Because I pretty much just sit there, because you can't actually move lights and things during the set, which is just kind of interesting, because it's literally lighting is basically just about the opposite job from sound. Which is why there's a bit of a battle between your gaffers and your lighters, because the boom poles get in the way of lights and cast shadows and things, and it's always fun. So it was interesting being on basically the exact opposite side of the behind-the-scenes part of the camera. Because this camera and sound teams basically have to be at least somewhat in conjunction with each other, but like the lighting and gaffing teams very rarely communicate, just because there's not much of a need directly for it, to be honest. They're just basically doing two different jobs, and they're working nearly at different times, to be honest. But yeah, so that was just kind of interesting being on the other side of the set coin today, getting to experience another position again, because I've been doing sound on every set since the vlog started? Yeah, something like that. Just every set that I've been on. Like a narrative and everything, for narrative and for certain. Anyway, I am home. I'm tired. It's a long day. Gotta return tomorrow early. But we shall deal with that when it comes.